Insanity. Delusion. Denial. All are parts of the life of homeless Denver, Colorado celebrity singer-songwriter Daniel Larson. Well, at least that's what he thinks he is. In reality, trolls feed him stories of glamour, fame, and stardom. None of it is real. It is all delusions created by years of untreated mental illness and trolls taking advantage of it. Welcome to Daniel's Denial, a documentary series covering the life and times of Daniel Larson. Daniel Larson is undoubtedly becoming more unhinged than a set of saloon doors. Many incidents occurred last episode that made many community members question just how crazy Dan really is. Last episode, he was forcefully removed from an ice cream parlor and adopted a dog. The latter incident got an entire team of Larsonians together to remove this poor dog from Daniel's neglectful custody. They were successful, and Daniel destroyed a Walmart and got arrested as a result. He was released very soon, after a brief stint in the mental hospital, and is back on the streets again. This roller coaster ride is going to be a very wild one, guys. We'll cover what is known as a double feature of incidents in this episode, such as a brutal self-beatdown caused by a fake Grace making him face the music. Not even 2 days later, Daniel would also destroy a motel room during an intense meltdown after he was forced to leave Bob's car. The reason for this insanity? Bob asked Daniel not to film in the car. Quite a simple request. Stay tuned, guys, because this is going to be a good one. Soon after he was released from the mental hospital after the events of the dog arc, Daniel's trolls would get right back to business. Trolls like to get at Daniel both in person and online. The incident in question was an in-person meetup with some trolls pretending to be security. This incident occurred on July 20th. Daniel was walking around the streets as usual when trolls approached him, claiming to be members of a security company called the United Contractors of Cargillania. They would tell him that they offered a multitude of services, such as general security, music production, and construction. Daniel began to grow paranoid during the interaction and kept asking for a website and identification. Also during the interaction, these trolls would tell Daniel that they had intel on who orchestrated taking music. They informed him about Goated Minds and how he was responsible for the rescue of the dog. Daniel soon uploaded some videos calling out Goated Minds after this incident.
Okay, I need to know like the website or like anything that I can look up.
Mr. Bree, can you show him the website?
Yes.
Because what happened with music is you were actually trolled by very dangerous Reddit moderators. I'm sure you're somewhat
I'm aware of that, yes.
It's, do you mind if we go somewhere more private so we can discuss this? I'm not talking like, just like down there.
The furthest I can go is like right where the
that's perfect.
Right where the umbrella's in.
We're talking
like
about
right down there.
Confidential information, so we don't want to have the risk of any unaligned parties hearing.
So I can go right here.
That works fine. Yes. And might I say, Mr. Larson, it's quite the honor meeting you. I'm a personal fan of your work.
Yes, we're very great fans.
So what company are you guys with?
We are with the United Contractors of Cargillania. Mr. Larson, let me pull up the website here. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like an encrypted website, so it takes a few minutes.
Sorry.
Do you need me to send you the IP?
I think I should be good.
All right.
Wait.
Yeah. But your dog music, to put it shortly, we know where it is. And everything the Reddit has been saying is a lie.
Yes, the Reddit believes you have passed away, Mr.
We
Larson.
actually sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it, but we actually currently are near possession of the dog, but there are very powerful people that are trying to steal it from us. We are doing our best efforts to keep the dog secure. Okay, let me pull it up since your phone's encryption is busted. Okay. Um, actually,
Do you guys have a business card?
We have a contract, but we don't have it on us.
Yes.
One of us can run back and grab it if you want to see it, but it will take us some time.
How long?
How far away did we?
Maybe half an hour, but it could take like up to 45 minutes. But we do have an official website. I need to keep recording for our security reasons, but Agent Bree will show it to you.
All right, Mr. Lyons.
Okay. This should be the encrypted site.
All right, thank you.
That worked.
Yes, I believe that did work, Mr. Rollins. Thank you. All right, Mr. Larson. So this is our company. We are the United Contractors of Kerguelen, Inc. This is just a blurb about us. So basically what we are is we're agents sent to contact very high-profile people.
Yes.
You know,
only the highest up of the highest.
Yes, and we offer a multitude of services ranging from security to music production to, regular construction, many different things. We work with all sorts of high-profile.
With some of the most powerful people in the government.
Yes. Have you heard of Count Gams of Japania?
I have not.
You wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have. He is a very, very secretive individual, but he's very powerful. As you can tell by his title, he is the Count of Japania. I don't know if you probably haven't heard of him.
Yeah,
he's one of our personnel. So you ever heard of Arctic Monkeys? Alex Turner, I know him personally. We're very good friends. We got him in to the music industry. High profile, Domino Records.
Okay.
Don't forget Donald Trump too. We've spoken with him.
But
okay.
We're mostly here
do you guys have like a phone number or anything? Like a way of contact?
We don't use phone numbers.
We're very, very secure.
Phone numbers are actually the reason that your phone got hacked. That's how
we found
dog
you.
Was tracked and stolen from you.
Okay, but do you guys have any way of contact?
Well, I think you should show them the website part.
Because I would need like a way of contact.
We have a contract. We have our website, which only we can access. We don't. Our agency is very secretive, so we don't.
Usually,
we can't be contacted.
We have a one-way directional contact system, where for an initial contact, we're the ones to contact you as a high-profile individual. After we make initial contact, I believe, Mr. Bree, would you have a number you want to provide, Mr. Larson?
Yes.
Because I would need to see a contract.
Yes, we have a contract.
But I wouldn't be able to do it today.
It will take us time, though. All right? We just need you to understand that. It will take us time to give you the contract. And it is less a contract and more a work order on us.
We were issued this order.
Yes, this is very secretive. Do you? And also, do you want to know the reason why your dog was stolen from you, Mr. Rollins?
Mr. Rollins, that's me.
I apologize,
Mr. Larson. He's new. He's a new.
I only started here recently.
Okay.
I apologize for my unprofessionality.
But yeah, I would like to. Yeah.
All right.
If you know anything.
Yes, we know. We have a good amount of information that we cannot disclose as of now because we're in a public.
Yes, this is a very public area. What troll was it that stole his dog?
It was a female.
Your dog, yes.
Yes, we know. We know music. We are in possession of music.
We have reason to believe that a troll known as Goated Minds is behind the dog napping.
Yes.
Because I know who did it, and it was a female that took the dog.
It was a woman. Okay.
It was a woman.
So Goated Minds
kind of heavy build.
Has a network. He actually has a network of people in a Discord server dedicated to tracking you, and that's how they found the dog,
Yes.
and they found you.
And we were able to put pressure on them to return the dog to us. But they're trying to steal it from us again, which is why we're contacting you today.
Okay, I would need like another source of contact so I can contact you like tomorrow or something and set up another appointment.
And we actually, would you care to explain this?
All right, so because of what Goated Minds has done, we have reason to believe that your phone, Mr. Larson, has been hacked or bugged by Goated Minds, and that's how he was able to track you. So we were sent here by our work order to provide you with a new, de-hacked, unbugged phone.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Perhaps we should go by that stop sign over there instead, so that
Right here is fine. Yeah.
whatever your wish is, Mr. Larson.
But we do have reason to believe that your phone has been compromised by malicious individuals who are trying to hurt your reputation and everything surrounding you. So we came here with this. This is an encrypted, de-hacked phone. We want to provide you with.
Yes, and we want to switch it out with your phone so that we can de-hack your phone.
I cannot do that.
All right.
This actually has 2 other celebrity numbers on this phone that I cannot give out.
We can add those numbers onto this phone.
I cannot do that. Sorry.
Okay. Although I must say, we do highly warn you about that phone. It is bugged.
I'm aware of that.
All right. And are you aware of the website Discord?
I am, yes.
Yes. The Discords that you are tied to right now are the infiltrated ones.
I don't have a Discord on my phone at all.
Currently,
Like, I don't have Discord as an app. I don't even, other than just my family numbers on this phone, there's no other numbers connected, nothing.
Do you still have Mr. Bob's phone number?
I do, yeah. But that's literally it.
All right. In that case, we will not. Actually, what did the contract say, Mr. Bree, about the phone?
the contract is stated that we were to give you this
We
in exchange for your phone so that we can de-hack your phone and then bring it back to you.
Once again, I'm just not able to do that. This has my lawyer's numbers and all sorts of private information I
If
cannot
we
give
show you
out.
the contract, would you be more willing to?
The answer would be no.
Okay.
Complaining.
Well, what else do we have? We had quite a few other things we need to discuss with Mr. Larson, didn't we?
I believe that our contract also stated that we were to provide you with security
Yes,
due
we need-
to.
I actually have somewhere else I gotta go. I'm meeting up with family. So with my family. So I have somewhere else to go. That's why I was asking for a contact.
Can we give you a contact? Okay. Now then, this is.
On the 21st, Daniel would hop on a bus that would take him to Glenwood Springs, Colorado. He would hint at being stranded, as noted by a screenshot uploaded with the ominous phrase, "We have a major safety concern." He would later get dinner and, according to his continuously spammed community tab, become drunk. The next day, Daniel would be kicked out of the hotel and get permanently banned. The reason for this would be that he was allegedly filming children in the area. Afterwards, Daniel would ride the gondolas at Glenwood Caverns. During the ride, he explained why he was banned from the hotel.
Okay, so someone called the police on me, and I got trespassed from the hotel Glenwood Springs, permanently trespassed. Somebody called the police on me, claimed that I had I was filming kids, is what they claimed. After the police showed up, they didn't find anything, and they cleared me. And because the police were called to that location, they permanently trespassed me. So I know the person who possibly called. I've been having issues with this person for a long time. And we are working on a current lawsuit against him.
On the 23rd, Daniel had revealed that he made almost $6,000 on Cameo. This had many fans confused and questioning why he only had $80 in his account, according to a screenshot that he had posted on his community tab. He claimed he mostly used the money for motels. Must have been some pretty darn expensive motels if that happens to be true. The day would end off with a long string of concerning community posts. On the 26th, Daniel would continue his destruction spree. Today, the victim of said destruction was a gas station window. He apparently broke said window after some individuals appeared as if they wanted to fight him.
This is because the label does at me and tells me to Bob. I broke a gas station window with a rock.
The Daniel Larson Curator is a channel that archives many of Daniel's various incidents. The channel description is as follows. I'm not Daniel. Please don't donate to Daniel. If you still feel bad, watch more videos. On the 27th, the Daniel Larson Curator would get in contact with one of Daniel's supposed past caretakers. The curator would call this individual, but has many concerns that it wasn't actually a real call. In fact, he even took down the original video on YouTube because he couldn't verify the identity of this caretaker. The curator would call this individual, but has many concerns that it wasn't actually real. Many stated that HIPAA would also make it so that the man couldn't tell the story. HIPAA is a set of laws that regard the privacy of patients at a hospital or in other state-run care. Goated Minds would even go to comment the following about the call. While he sounds knowledgeable, the actions he describes sound too much like he's trying to make up points that are believable. I think he took known Daniel incidents, mac and cheese, toothbrush, etc., and put together similar things. Also, how would somebody who just got into the lore know about the toothbrush video? I smell lies. On top of that, no caregiver would ever post this kind of thing, even if HIPAA doesn't apply, which I think it does apply here. No care provider or client will want to work with someone who their clients and talks about them with others like this. Anywho, the conversation between the two goes as follows. Here is the entirety of the call.
Daniel, he moved in fall of 2019 and he was kicked out spring of 2020. I didn't even know that he was like TikTok quote unquote famous until last night. I saw like a random TikTok reel with him in it and I was like, what the hell? He came to my house because from what I understand, the last host home kicked him out because of just mass amounts of property damage. Just like headbutting the walls, kicking the walls. I was told that he just doesn't do well with females and that with a male provider, he would be much better. I probably had about a good month and a half, 2 months, and then just hell broke loose. He said the first couple months, we call that a grace period when they kind of get settled in. They're like excited to stay with the new family or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it was absolutely terrible. Kind of just putting a background first here before we get into the good shit. So what else? Also, it's considered person-centered services. It's different when they're an adult. You do not have the ability to like take their human rights away. So if he does not want to take meds, he doesn't have to take them. If he's his own guardian, which he was. If he wants therapy, he has the right to have it. He can refuse employment. He can refuse. It's difficult. So like when you're working with an individual like Daniel, who kind of has this delusional mindset of that, you know, he's going to be famous. All these people love him. He's a movie star, a singer. He's more focused on that and just throws away all of the opportunities that are presented to him to help his mental health. And Bob, he enabled that. Yeah, he came over to the house multiple times. Honestly, like, as a person, Bob's great. At least when I worked with him. He's very pleasant. I mean, obviously, he cared about Daniel's safety. But he had absolutely no idea how to work with someone with a disability. I'm still trying to get, like I said, I just discovered this last night, so I'm still kind of watching all the videos and the documentaries and updates on Daniel, which has been extremely interesting to see. I mean, yeah, like in the home, I advocated for him to get SOB therapy, which is therapy for individuals who engage in like potential like or people that have like really bad boundaries. I can tell you, just with living with me, he was trying to all of my other individuals who were much less functioning than him. He kept trying is just is like you know, manipulating them into like favors, like giving them things to get things in return. He was doing that a lot, like people, bribing them. So I was able to get cameras installed in the home, which is a very, very difficult restriction to get through the state. But because of Daniel's behaviors, I was able to get it through. I also saw there was an incident with like a toothbrush. That honestly doesn't surprise me. So when he got kicked out of my house, he basically was arrested at my house for assaulting his roommate. I had to like restrain him and hold him down on my front porch until police got there because he kept trying to bite me. Yeah, I have like a massive scar on my left forearm from him. But as far as like the toothbrush thing goes, when I had to clean his room out, I had found one of my used drumsticks that was all splintered, and it was covered in there were multiple phone cords that were also covered in he had a Barbie doll that was covered in so that, yeah, I mean, he's a very individual. I've taken care of so many individuals, like physically aggressive individuals, extremely like emotionally damaged individuals, low functioning, high functioning. They all, to some extent, have some motivation to like do better for themselves. Daniel was the only one that didn't. Like everyone was a liar. Everyone was against him. I know him very well. Do you know... So Ryan lives with me still. Yes, I've had Ryan from the start. Ryan has some similar behaviors to Daniel, but Ryan isn't quite as high functioning and he doesn't understand his actions as much. Typically Ryan will do people, but Daniel kind of being more alpha in the sense that he has a little, his IQ is a bit higher, Daniel would grab him instead. And yeah, that was one of the individuals that I was talking about earlier, that he kept in the household. I mean, there were multiple times where I would wake up in the middle of the night because my cameras would go off and Daniel would try to sneak into Ryan's room. Yeah, it went back and forth, but with no doubt in my mind, Daniel kind of controlled that situation. Yeah, I mean, he always used the term his fans, like, oh, my fans need to know what I'm doing, or my fans are waiting for me. That's why he refused to go into like day programs. They're kind of like a day rehabilitation center. He didn't want to engage in any of that because he was too devoted to, his fans. He did smell absolutely terrible. He would never shower, ever. And when he lived with me, he was really big into running. He would run miles a day. He used to do like 5K races and other stuff like that. He would run 10 miles and then just refuse to take a shower, and all I could smell was just sweat throughout my house. Yeah, I think when he lived with me, he maybe have taken 3 or 4 showers, and that was over the course of, like I said, maybe 8 months. We are certified. It's called NBCI, Nonviolent Crisis Intervention. Basically, we can go hands-on with an individual, like if they need to be restrained. Some agencies, they're hands-off. I don't know how that would ever work with Daniel. But, I mean, there were some weeks where I was restraining him multiple times a day, and I had restrained him because he was hurting himself. He would bash his head in the wall so much. Yeah, just from his face. I mean, one time I had to take him to the hospital. He was doing it so hard, he literally started like one of his eyelids. I try not to call the cops in my home. Some providers, they basically have 911 on speed dial. I only call like when it's truly out of my control. I think I only called the cops on him twice. Most of the time, it truly was like for example, he was obsessed with mac and cheese. If we no longer had mac and cheese and I had to make him something else, it could become extremely escalated and just start like picking over and over and over again holes in all the walls. That's kind of the farthest extent it came. Sometimes he'd be mad at me, again, for any, like, the most pointless things. Like, it's anything that's just an inconvenience to him, he would get frustrated. I mean, yeah, like, every day just looked like he would get frustrated. I'd have to restrain him, then he'd get pissed and, like, basically run away for a couple hours, go for a run, come back, then he'd spend the night in his room. Then the next day we'd wake up and everything seemed like it, he'd act like nothing happened. And then later that night, it happened again. I guess one time he went ballistic, hit his head in the wall. He took one of my kitchen chairs, threw it across the room at another roommate, as I was trying to grab him to kind of just protect myself and everyone else around him and himself. I remember he tried grabbing one of the kitchen knives. And that was pretty scary. I had to like hold him on the ground because he kept saying that he was gonna kill me. And then shortly after that, then he had a sharps restriction. So I was not allowed to have any I couldn't have knives, I couldn't even have forks out in the open. Everything had to be locked in my house. I guess I just kind of like want to silence all like the people out there. It's like, you shouldn't judge him. Like, our system's so broken. We need to help these people. It's like, there's issues in the system, but like Colorado specifically I would say it's the leading state as far as taking care of individuals with disabilities. The services that are offered in Colorado are far better than any other state. Yeah, so to like, for some of these people saying like the system failed him, that's no. And it's very, like, I've worked with so many individuals. It's so hard to get to the point where Daniel is. I mean, actually, one big incident, I've said quite a bit about him already. I don't know if I said this. The biggest incident I had with him that really emotionally, like, just enraged me. I have a 3-legged cat. At the time, it was maybe 2 years old when Daniel was there. He tried to have my cat. Yeah, his roommate reported to me. Yeah, so, his roommate walked in his room. Yeah, and luckily the roommate loves my cat and, like, actually takes care of him. So when he saw that, he freaked out, ran in my room, got me. I went in there. Daniel was, like, putting on his clothes, and, like, the cat was there. So, like, I mean, I didn't see it happen, but I would have no reason. His roommate would have no reason to make that type of allegation, being as how the cat was in his room, which it shouldn't have been, being as how he was putting clothes on. I mean, I would have to assume it was, that's what happened. Yeah, like, at my house, the rule was I didn't want my cat in either of their rooms.
Many speculate that this call may be fake, and it has never been confirmed whether it is fake or real. However, it is incredibly concerning it is real, especially the bit about the three-legged cat. Fortunately, Daniel was stopped before anything actually took place. Thank God. Fake Graces get in contact with Daniel often in an effort to troll him. Due to how gullible he is, they usually get him to believe whatever lie is told. This is also how he was tricked into believing that Grace was pregnant. The next day, Daniel made a few videos admitting to being a once again. What prompted this isn't known, but it did come with its consequences. These confessions slated the ban of the Daniel Larson NYC13 TikTok account. Daniel also announced that he had plans to go to Chicago, Illinois. He would also start discussing internet personality Jacob Sartorius around this time. More on this later, however. On July 30th, Daniel was confronted after being caught in an unprofessional sting operation. He was accused of texting a 13-year-old girl. The man got incredibly defensive, putting up his hands and all.
13 years old.
This is golden, dude. This is golden.
13 years old. You've been texting a 13-year-old girl for 6 months, Daniel.
Full sprint.
Daniel,
Is he there?
Okay. Can you stop walking up to me? We know who you are. Okay.
He has a gun.
Daniel,
Hold on. Okay.
Daniel.
Please stop walking towards me.
I'm a trained security agent. I know Taekwondo.
Stop putting your hand in the fist, okay?
Saying that you're there to meet a girl?
Yes.
Keep doing it, keep doing it.
He's here to meet a 13-year-old girl,
You
everyone.
need to run, Daniel. You need to run.
Nope. I'm taking a picture and I'm sending it in to police.
He's here to meet a 13-year-old girl. He's here to meet a 13-year-old girl. You hear that?
Yeah,
The
hold on.
police are on the
They're
way,
not-
Daniel. We got the police. You better start running. You better start running. This man is here to meet a 13-year-old girl. 13 years old. He's texted 18 of them. He's been contacting them 19 different times. I have
What
pictures.
the hell is happening,
and
Daniel?
I have everything. He's here to meet a 13-year-old girl.
Say you're with Colorado Ped Patrol.
I'm with Colorado Ped Patrol. 13 years old, Daniel. 13 years old.
A liar is what you are. You just impersonated
You're
police.
meeting a 13-year-old girl, Daniel.
You just impersonated police. Then you claimed to be my security, and now you're
I'm
lying.
security for 13-year-old girls. You don't get to tell 13-year-old girls.
I never.
Bitch, you're a bitch. Meet a 13-year-old girl, Daniel. Clip your nails.
Please stop walking towards me.
I'm not walking towards you.
Please stop walking towards me.
This man is here to meet a 13-year-old girl. 13 years old.
Please stop inching closer,
13
okay?
years old, Daniel. 13 years old.
Stop walking
You
towards
like
me.
13-year-old girls, Daniel? I think 13-year-old girls.
He's literally a teenager.
Yeah, no, this
That's
is
exactly
dangerous.
who you like to text, isn't it? What about Brianna? What about Brianna? What happened? What happened to her?
She's a family member of mine.
What'd you do to her? What'd you do to her? She's a little girl. She's a little girl. What'd you do to her? Let's talk about it, Daniel.
Back to the
Hey,
phone.
whoa. Touch me. Don't touch me. I'm gonna knock you out if you get close to me again.
Is that a threat?
You're a pet. Don't come close to me. I gotta use self-defense if you come close to me again.
Back to Jacob Sartorius, Daniel has been building a one-sided beef with him for whatever reason since July 27th. Jacob Sartorius is an American singer and social media star born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He has never been in a relationship with Grace Vanderwall, nor has she ever made contact with him other than a comment on a Thanksgiving post he made. The comment in question criticized Jacob's comment about working ridiculously hard. Grace claims that Jacob's lip-syncing videos aren't hard work at all. However, despite this, Jacob has been in a relationship with Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown in 2018. Daniel was made to believe by trolls that Jacob was in a romantic relationship with Grace. This was the build-up to an incident known as the Big Dick Muscle Man incident on August 2nd. The namesake for said incident was when Bob uttered the phrase describing Jacob. Majority of the incident was Bob and Daniel discussing various things in their lives. Here is the incident.
If we go back up there, I don't want to hear you say that I shouldn't have bought it with my own money. And you just seem very, very, very controlling. Very controlling. As if you are like my guardian all of a sudden. And you've been acting that way. It's my money. I could do what I want.
Yeah, that's fine.
If I wanted this particular phone plan because it's better for my phone, then I will do this phone plan. Okay? And
but you won't listen to anything I say.
You want... Well, I do
then
listen...
It's not better.
I do listen to you. You just don't want to listen to me. You're telling me that Grace should already be here in Colorado.
I don't want to have anything to do with Grace. I keep telling you that.
And I said okay at the time.
But you keep telling me.
Because we thought that it would be better. My assistant and I thought it would be better if we made a group chat. So we made the group chat.
It doesn't have anything to do with the group
And I'm
chat.
sorry about the recording studio getting canceled. I'm sorry. But I don't know who did it.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Sagittarius or whatever his name did it. Because he had her phone, like he's had it every time.
It's Jacob Sartorius.
Big muscle man.
Okay, you just pissed me off.
Well, what else is he?
He would have been more understanding if we would have just actually gotten everything done. But I've been sitting here arguing almost every day with you. Like, this is our normal conversations.
Okay. I tried to get you into the studio.
I understand that. Maybe I should just go to the hospital with you. We could both turn ourselves in because you were hitting yourself and I was earlier. Maybe we should both go in now. This is why I don't get anything done anymore. Is because I'm sitting here arguing with you.
I'm driving. What do you want me to do instead?
Well, just have a normal conversation for once without arguing. And for you to actually understand that my life and my choices are my life and my choices.
They are. That's worked out swell.
Oh my God! I understand that. And I understand that you're partially upset that Jacob and Grace never came to Colorado and that she apparently lied to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I'm sorry I'm alive. And I saw you hitting yourself, so if you want to do that some more, go right ahead. Get it out while you can.
I'm sorry, I'm alive too.
Get it out while you can.
So,
because I don't want to be around you if you're going to act this way. Literally ever since you picked me up at Union Station, this is all it's been.
mm-hmm.
And I was calm. You're the one who literally just started going I'm going to hit myself after we buy the phone. I'm the one with the money. I'm the one buying the phone.
Fine.
You literally got angry in there. You hit yourself in the store. I'm surprised the store security didn't get involved. Holy
Just
crap.
my limit, Daniel.
I understand that. I understand that. I understand that, but you need to listen to me and calm down. I told you that you need to just talk to the label and actually express yourself for once. Let them know you're concerned. Because everything would have worked out better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I suck. And I'm sorry I have a small.
You don't have a small. There's pictures of you just as big on there.
Well, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for everything. And I guess we're going to be arguing now for the rest of our lives. Because you hate me and I hate your attitude. For you to tell me to buy a different phone plan that literally has less gigabytes.
It didn't, though.
It did. It did. Why did my old phone just randomly stop working? Exactly.
I'm not going to argue about it, Daniel, because you won't listen to me.
Well, I just called you out too.
This deal is only available at Walmart. It's a Walmart deal.
I understand that. That's not my problem. Why are we using Walmart and not actually going to a store and buying a more expensive phone too?
Well, that's what you said you wanted to go.
Well, I mean, I understand that. But we've been using we've been using all these prepaid phones and all these cheaper phones. So, I guess it is what it is. We don't have the money right now to just keep blowing it on things.
That's why we've kept buying these cheaper phones.
And we keep messing up with all these stupid plans.
Every time you would have busted a regular phone, it would have cost you $300 or $400.
And that's my fault, and I take the blame for it.
Okay.
But the real reason, as we know, is we get in arguments over Grace and the label and how we're doing things, and I guess that's my fault too. But it's my life, and if I want to do it a certain way, if I, want to have say, I want to have say. So I guess we're both equal. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're involved, and I'm sorry that this is not working out, and everything is all now.
Okay.
But I'm sorry that you're blaming yourself. I really am.
I'm to blame for everything. Now,
No,
do you want to take this
I never
stuff and
said
go in
that.
there?
And that's the thing that I don't understand, is you're so stubborn. Like I was saying, you always think that, like, other things is your fault, and when I say it's not, you don't want to move on.
And then we come back around and you say, well, you caused the problem with Grace. You probably caused the problem with the label.
And it's because we were both working together in booking the recording studio sessions.
Yes.
And the label wanted it done faster. And I was trying to do that. I remember calling you up almost every day, talking to you about it.
For 5 minutes, and I'd say, let's do it. And you'd say, oh no, I gotta go. And then it would be 3 days later.
That's because Warren, or of course the label, messages me getting upset about time frames. And then I call you back after.
Nope. There's where we have the problem. You don't call me back.
I call you back the next day.
Or 2 days, 3 days later.
But
I say, let's do it. I say, okay. When I'm
But
home,
still,
I
mean, I'm busy.
Okay,
I'm busy.
and I'm not.
I'm busy trying to sort other things out, like my homeless life.
Okay.
You know, like, I also had to deal with Grace being upset. And of course now Jacob Sartorius and her issue with him, and then we're arguing about it because you're like, Grace should have been here in Denver already.
No.
Yes, you said, hold on.
You hold on, because you're changing my words. I said, how many times has she promised to be here? And she's never
exactly.
shown up. That's not that I'm saying she should have been here.
Well, that kind of is.
If she said she was going to be all the time, she said she
exactly.
was coming.
She should be here.
She should have been.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm sorry that she didn't own up to her word.
If I'd have told you tonight that I wasn't coming to get you and just hadn't showed up, what would have that been? If last night I spent an hour and a half looking for you.
I'm sorry. And I'm sorry we keep busting our money out on motel rooms as well, when we should have been putting it towards more important things like the apartment or house, like more permanent housing. I'm sorry. And like, I'm trying to be calm and I'm trying to really be honest with you.
Okay.
And I understand that you also booked the 3 days in the motel. And that's my fault. We should have saved that money.
Okay. But we didn't. And you needed a place to stay, and it was raining, and you need to have a bed to sleep in once in a while.
I know. And that's where most of my money was going.
Yeah.
I understand.
Now, are we going to do anything?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
But I also understand that, I also know that if I get back into disability housing or resources, they won't want me on social media.
They probably won't, just like they didn't before.
I know. And that's also why I didn't want to do that at the time. I wanted the apartment.
Okay.
All right. Are you calm now? And
yeah,
have we talked about everything that we need to talk about?
Yeah. All we need to do is get the phone working.
Okay.
Or return it and go to an AT&T store.
Okay.
Go to Target if they'll activate it.
Yes, I know.
So.
All right.
But you're going to need all the packaging and the receipt.
Yeah. Let's go.
Soon enough, on the 6th, Daniel got removed from Colorado Mills shopping mall. In a 27-minute long video he posted, Daniel is arguing with a security guard. The security guard tells him that it's private property and that he needs to leave. Daniel is argumentative and tells the man no multiple times. He then asks why he's being removed and is told that he was caught sleeping at the mall multiple times. The security guard even produces a piece of paperwork that says that Daniel is banned from the property. Daniel continues to argue despite the concrete evidence that he is indeed banned from the establishment. He eventually leaves after some time. While leaving the property, Daniel lists off the establishments he has been banned from as a result of the trespass.
Okay, so apparently I'm banned from all the way down. I'm banned from this entire thing for no reason at all. So I'm banned to, I'm banned for 3 square miles because I'm banned from, let's see here, I'm banned from the Carrabba's all the way down there, banned from that, I'm banned from that second White Towers down there, and all the way to the white buildings down there. Holy so I'm banned from those white buildings to, holy crap, those buildings down there, to as far as the eye can see down that way, including that dental place I can't go to. Hey, what the?
The next day, Daniel turns down a DDRC housing offer. The reason for this is because he won't be allowed to have unsupervised internet access and therefore won't be allowed to be in contact with trolls who are feeding him things he wants to hear. A golden opportunity for Daniel to receive some help has once again been thwarted. Not much of note would happen until the 23rd. During this day, Daniel asks for Jacob to forgive him for all of the things that he said about him. Interestingly, Jacob seems to be aware of Daniel and even has supposedly seen his videos. However, his understanding of who he is very lacking at best. The same day, a community tab posting spree occurs. In this incident, he posts that he will Bob's house if he isn't paid millions. He also makes anti-Semitic posts. These posts are another glimpse into Daniel's insanity. On the 25th, Daniel would have a sleep stream. The next day, an incident known as the Invisible People incident would occur. This is a mini meltdown posted to Instagram. Apparently, some sort of vehicle off camera would almost hit him.
Oh! Oh, idiot! Don't you see me walking now?
In the same day, Daniel also drinks an Airhead soda. Another video of Daniel having a meltdown was posted on the 27th. He punched himself and said the N-word multiple times.
Job, Warren. Columbia better do their job before I said 100 million. Oh my god. Oh my god, my nose is blue. Oh, all of Columbia Records are.
The next day, Daniel mentions Jacob again, saying that Grace was the bearer of Jacob's child. On the same day, a video of Daniel using a is leaked. Daniel also didn't have enough money for a motel room that night due to buying a bunch of flights, so he slept outside. Not too much of note happens until the next day. On August 29th, an incident which came to be known as one of Daniel's most brutal meltdowns to date occurred. What exactly led up to this, you may ask? Fake Grace. Now, there have been many fake Graces, and the only significant incident caused by one so far was the Likey meltdown. That was all about to change as Daniel had spent the night outside. With a lack of sleep and fake Grace getting in his face, things were bound to go downhill. This fake Grace would continue to threaten and harass Daniel. Subsequently, Daniel had a mental breakdown showcased via his community tab. He also texted 911 for whatever reason. Soon enough, he uploaded a YouTube short titled "Grace Vanderwall Blackmailed Me to Go Live." He made threats, very concerning threats.
This message is to Grace. Grace is a nick and a hater, and I will always hate her now because of what she did. And yes, I will bomb. I will bomb. I will every single police station in the entire US. And Grace told me to make this video.
Train to Union Station departing in 1 minute.
Go live Daniel indeed would, as after this short, in the afternoon, the meltdown continued. He began a stream titled "Proof for N-Word Grace Vanderwall I Am Hitting Myself Until I Bleed." The meltdown consists of Daniel beating himself up in the most painful ways possible, banging his head into various hard objects and hitting himself. Here's a video of this meltdown.
I want Grace. I want her. I want her. I want Grace. I want Grace. This is for her. This is for her because she's been behind all the manipulation ever since the beginning. I want her.
Fast forward to the 31st, Daniel has yet another incident. This one took place at a Motel 6 in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. Yup, not even 2 days later. In this one, known as the August 31st incident, or the "Bob just ran me over with his car" incident, Daniel is seen riding in Bob's car. This incident began when he began filming in the car after being asked not to by Bob. Rather, he was told to put his phone in the center console of the car. Daniel begins to manipulate, telling Bob that if the duo didn't go out to dinner, then he would starve. Bob gets absolutely fed up with Daniel and asks for him to leave the car. As with a lot of situations involving Daniel being asked to leave an establishment or area, he becomes quite combative until reluctantly getting out to find his phone as he had dropped it in the scuffle. He grabs it and Bob pushes him and drives off, seemingly running over Dan's foot in the process. This results in a meltdown in which Daniel is seen banging his head and crying hysterically. This meltdown put holes in the drywall of the motel, and as such, he was trespassed from there and the nearby Denny's.
So I wasn't going to film, But since you have a problem with me bringing my phone in the car, okay, now I'm going to film because that's my legal right. Okay? So, you're causing this issue to yourself. You are literally causing this issue to yourself. And I guess I will go without dinner now because you have a problem with me even bringing my phone with me, which is my legal right. You are crazy. You are never helpful anymore. All you do is cause issues. You told me not to be on the phone in the car. I wasn't.
I said, turn off your phone and put it in the console, and you said yes.
I'm not going to put it in the console, but I will be more than happy to stay off my phone and turn it off. You had a problem with me, like literally having it on my seat. The phone was literally turned off. Okay? I just turned it on to film this because you had a problem with that. I'm now filming for my protection. This is ridiculous. You are so stubborn, like I was saying before. So, are we going to get dinner, or are you taking me back to the motel and I'm just going to not have anything for dinner? And I'm not going to eat today at all. And I guess I'll starve tonight. So what is it?
Get out.
I'm not going to do it. Because I had my phone
Get
turned
the f out of my car!
Okay, don't grab me.
You want me to break your arm?
If you break my arm...
Then get the f out of my car!
Okay, then let go of me. If you hit me, Nick... Holy fuck, my phone go? Where did my phone go? Oh, you are hitting me!
You're hitting me! God!
You hit me first, bitch!
My car!
You hit me first! I'm not playing these
didn't.
games with you! Holy hell! Don't grab me like that! Don't grab me!
Quit hitting me!
You hit me!
No! You hit me repeatedly! Don't
Then let go of me!
get out of my car! Quit hitting me!
You hit me, so I
Get
have
out
a
of
right
my
to
car.
defend myself!
Get out of my car! Get out of my car!
Now where's my phone, bitch?
Open the door and you'll find it! Get out of my car! Ow! God, I'm gonna call the cops now.
No, because you hit me!
Get the hell out of my car!
You hit me! Now where did it go?
You better find it.
Where did it go? Where did the it go? Where the Ow!
Get away from my car!
Holy hell! You ran over me! You ran over me! Bob just ran me over with his car. Bob just ran me over with his car. Bob just ran me over with his car. Bob just ran me over. Bob just ran me over. Bob just ran me over with his car. My foot hurts. Bob just ran me over with his car. Bob just ran me over with his car. Bob just ran me over. Bob is a. Bob is a. Bob is a. He hurt me. He hurt me.
After the altercation, Daniel has a chat with the police.
Yes, he told me to put my phone in the glove compartment, which I refuse to do because it's my legal right. I don't have to. Right. So he told me to get out of his car, and I said, because he's a family member, very close to me, he's like a dad figure to me. I said, I don't want to do that. I want to try to sort this out. By the time I could say that, he basically came over, grabbed my arm, pulled it back, and said he would break my arm. And then at that point, I started punching him in self-defense. Yes. And then at that point, I do say, okay, I'll just get out of the car. I get out of the car, and then I'm still getting my phone because it fell in the passenger seat. I'm still trying to get my phone out, and he starts driving off. Yes. And then I'm like halfway in and out. Just for anybody that's wondering, Bob just ran me over with his car. after telling me to turn off my phone in his car, which I did do, and then he didn't believe me. He called me a liar. So I got out my phone and started recording for my safety because that's my legal right, and he freaked out. And then he told me to get out of his car, which I did, and while I was half out of the passenger seat, he started driving off at a reckless speed. And then I went into the motel and freaked out because of it.
All right, Daniel, you're going to be great hands here.
Okay. So I was hanging out with my friend over here. He's like my dad figure to me. And we were going to get dinner. I'm a internet sensation, singer-songwriter. So he told me to turn off my phone, which I did do. He didn't believe me, so he wanted to take me back to the motel without any dinner, which I haven't had breakfast, lunch, or dinner today. So he takes me back to the motel, and he tells me to get out of the car because I know him so well. I've never had an issue with him of this scale at all, to where I'm like I tried talking to him peacefully, and he basically didn't believe me at all. So he grabbed my arm, pulled it back, said that I was, basically he said he was going to break my arm, okay? And at that point...
What do you mean he basically said?
So he grabbed my arm, right? And he pulled it back, like back that way, to where if it went any further, it would break. And he says, I will break your arm if you do anything. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm going like, I'm not going to do anything. But he's pulling my arm back to, like, I'm doing absolutely nothing. Like, he was telling me to get out of his car. I would rather get out of his car. So I tell him, okay, let me get out of your car. And he still holds my arm. And he tells me to get out of the car. I'm in a situation where I physically can't do anything, right? So he grabs my phone, it falls in between the seat, and then he lets go of my arm. I try to get out, and then he punches me. At that point, I punch him back, and it turns it into an all-out fist fight, okay? At that point, then I keep telling him, okay, I'm getting out of the car. Just relax, you know. I'm trying to get out of the car the entire flipping time. By the time I get out of the car, I turn around to get my phone, which was in between the seat. By the time I get the phone, and my body's half in, half out, he starts basically gas flooring the gas pedal, and my feet come off the ground as he starts driving. The only thing that actually saved me from falling onto the concrete was I was holding onto the door, and I pulled myself to a standing position as he was driving. That's, long story short, what happened. At that point, he just continued driving off, and I freaked out and went into the motel room saying he ran me over, because his back tire ran over my left foot. I just got it checked by paramedics, but they said that it was just possibly the side of the tire, not the full thing. But I felt the tire go over. And I ran into the motel freaking out and kicked a few holes in the wall, freaking out because of the entire thing. Because he's a family member, I care about him so much. He's not a relative to me, but I've known him as a dad figure, so I consider him family, and he considers me family.
Okay. When he first punched you, where did he punch you at?
Kind of just right here, kind of my arm.
Okay.
And then at that point, once he grabbed my arm, pulled it back, and he said he was going to break my arm, at that point, I was like, okay, I'm not playing around anymore. I need to protect myself. Because I take that type of threat seriously.
What motel were you guys at?
The Motel 6.
Okay, right here on 29?
Yes.
Do you have an ID by chance?
I don't. It's in the motel room. Still. I don't know if I want to. I really don't know what I want to do. I wanted to de-escalate the situation. That's all I wanted to do. I came over here because I didn't want the motel to be breached because of my popularity. If I was going to stay there or what, like, I didn't want fans, since I do get noticed in public, and he also knows that too. I get spotted in public. I don't want the motel room getting breached. So I came over to this corner since this was a corner I knew more well. It was easier for me to also say to the 911 my location as well.
What's your last name?
Larson, Larson.
And it's Daniel?
Daniel.
Daniel, what's your birthday?
11/15/1998.
98?
Yes.
What's a good phone number for you?
72.
What room are you staying at over there?
235.
How long have you been staying there?
2 days.
How long are you gonna stay there?
One more night.
Are you originally from here?
I'm from Colorado, yeah.
Is your ID out of the state of Colorado?
It is, yes.
So what do you want to happen?
My entire thing on why I called was I wanted to file a report for my safety. And I wanted to de-escalate the situation. I wanted to de-escalate everything. And I wanted to make sure that, this is recorded in, like, a report. Because I'm dealing with criminal charges already for a different thing. Because family, Bob, I call him Bob, but his name is Robert. He's never believed me with my career, my popularity, and it escalated out of control. And now he doesn't know what to do because of it. He doesn't want his life affiliated with my popularity. And that's what led to him wanting me to turn off my phone today. My hope is that I can de-escalate this situation and make this, I guess, put this.
So you just want a report done? You don't want a report done, any charges filed or anything right now?
I don't want any charges or anything filed. If anything, I want, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of, no contact for,
I mean, that's not something that I can control.
Right.
That's something that you'll have
I would
to
have
figure
to,
out.
right.
Okay. Is Daniel Larson the name that's on your ID?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Daniel, just hang out for a minute for me, okay?
I fear a restraining order because I've known him for so long. That's probably not going to be helpful. That's only going to be worse. And since I consider him family, and this is the first time he's ever done something like that, I'm not going to forgive him for today at all. I'm not. But I forgive, I guess. I really just don't know.
Was your phone off during all of this?
It was not fully turned off, but it was, I didn't have it turned on to where I could physically use it. I would have to push the on button and then put in my password to access. Okay, so as far as that, none of it was recorded until after The actual part where he ran me over, I did actually record that.
Are you able to pull that up for me?
Yes. Yes.
In the community tab, he also claims that he is filing a restraining order against Bob. He also explains him hitting Bob as a move of self-defense. All in all, it was yet another moment of Larson insanity. Well, this sure was an eventful episode. Daniel had a double feature meltdown, continued to devolve down the delusion hole, and of course got kicked out of a few places. Delusion is quite the powerful drug. If you're seeing this, you have made it to the end. I appreciate that you watched my video. It sure was a crazy one to make. Please like and subscribe, and please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. With that, I appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and with that, peace.